Hi everyone, this is NIO ES9, their newest, most luxurious, the biggest cars they make. And this is actually one of the most special cars coming from China right now. And not just from China, this is something that you haven't seen before anywhere. And today, as always, I will tell you everything you need to know about it. My name is Amin, and welcome to the Car Shuffle. You want an SUV? Don't bother. You want an MPV? Again, do not bother. If you want a luxury limo, again, don't bother. NIO, they say this is a car that can do everything. This is the only car you will ever need. This is a very big claim, so can it do it? Okay, let's start with the size and the design. If we talk about the design of this car, well, it follows the ES8, the one that came out last year in 2025. And yes, it looks a lot like ES8, but the presence is very different. The size or the feeling of the size is very different. Look, I am not a very short guy. I am 1.75 meter tall, and look at the hood here. It's all the way to my chest. So look at the height of this car, the size. Again, it's higher than I am. If I put my hands like this, you will see the size, or you will feel the size of this car. This is not a small car. It's 5.365 meters, and the wheelbase is 3.25 meters. It's a huge car. Of course, if you're watching in America, then this is a regular size car for you. But for Europe and most parts of the world, this is a huge thing. If we talk about the design, well, this is quite an interesting piece of design. Why? Yes, it follows up ES8, which is a good thing because it has more of a traditional luxury lines, because all of the lines are clean. There is presence, there is muscularity, there is seriousness in its face, and it doesn't give you any cuteness. Yes, it's beautiful, but it's serious, and it feels like something could be even a little dangerous, which is a good thing for a car of its size or its purpose. Now let's talk about the fun part, the technical part of this car, or what it offers if you consider buying this car. Okay, let's talk about the platform first. This car is on a 900 volts platform, and it also supports 5C ultra fast charging, so the charging is really quick. Apart from this, it also has NIO's special party piece, which is you can change the battery, you can swap the battery. You just go to the station where you can swap the battery, and in 3 or 4 minutes you have a fully charged new battery and you are on your way. So now on energy efficiency, or how you charge it, how fast you charge, or how convenient for you to change the battery, this is one of the best options you can get in pure electric car. Apart from this, there is a quite special thing going with the suspension. First of all, the steering, because this steering is a steer-by-wire system, which means it has no mechanical connection with the front wheels. It does everything with the motors that are on the front axle, which gives you quite an interesting behavior. If you do a U-turn or you need to park a car, you just turn the steering wheel just half a turn, that's it, and your wheels, they're already at their limit. And it's so easy to drive it in the city. And on the highway, again, it changes amount of how much you have to turn, so it's very stable on the high speed. So this is quite an interesting part. Also, it filters all of the bumps on all of the holes from the road, and you have no vibrations at all on your steering wheel. So the comfort of the steering wheel is also quite high. Okay, if we talk about the rear axle, it also has rear wheel steering, which also for a sizable car like this is a huge plus. It feels quite nimble. Apart from this, you get multi-link in the front, you get multi-link at the back, and here is the party piece. If you go for if I translate it, in Chinese it is 签名版, but if I translate it into Chinese, it is autobiography version. What do you get? You get a fully adaptive fast responding hydraulic suspension. And for its speed to react fast enough, this suspension, the hydraulic suspension, is not that big, and it can separately control each wheel, so it does so many interesting stuff. It reacts to everything really fast. If you go over bumps, or you go over a turn, or if you're on off-road, it can jump out from, let's say, a sand pit. Jump out! Of course, well, the thing is, I cannot show you this part with this car because this is the luxury version. In Chinese, it's Haohua. If I translate it, it's luxury version. And with the luxury version, the suspension is a little different. You do get a more traditional air suspension with 2 cameras, and you do get adaptive damping, so you can control the stiffness and the height of the car. So, here you go, ES9. Before we talk about the storage of this car, let me tell you a little about the pricing, because here in China the prices, they start. Okay, first, you have a choice. You would like to buy the battery, or you would like to rent the battery. If you rent the battery and you have this choice, then this car starts from 390,000 RMB. And every month you have to pay around 1,100 and something for the battery. You will have all of the prices in euros here also. But the thing is, for a little over than 49,000 euros, you can have a car like this. Yes, it's 102 kilowatt battery, you'll have to rent it. But the price, wow! The range is also not bad, depending on what version you go for. It is 600 kilometers or 620 kilometers CLTC. Okay, that was the price for the entry luxury version. If you would like to have the autobiography version, then you have to pay 60,000 RMB more, which makes it 450,000 RMB if you rent the battery, and 558,000 if you would like to buy the battery. And then you do get the Horizon version with lots of Horizon special party pieces inside, with the Horizon paint and the interior and everything, which will cost you 520,000 RMB if you rent the battery, and 628,000 RMB if you would like the battery to be yours. Okay, now the storage. Hi Nomi, 打开肩备箱. You can tell it standing outside and it is listening to you. And of course it will do that if you have this really nice key in your hands or in your pocket. Okay, so you do get a frunk, well, the storage in the front, which is actually quite big. You do have 180 watts charging here, and because this car has air suspension, you can control the height of the load. Nice. Let's take a look at the boot. Let's say you have lots of stuff in your hands, you have some bags in your hands or boxes, doesn't matter. Your hands are busy, so you do not have to come here and look for a button, or you do not have to come here and start kicking the boot. What you can do is just tell it, "Hi Nomi, 打开后备箱," and here you go. You just wait for it to open automatically, and you just put your stuff inside. Also, at the same time, when it opens the door, the suspension goes down so that you could load your things more easily. Here you go. Comfort. These things, these small things, which are not that small, they make the comfort of the car. If we talk about the boot itself, well, this car is a 6-seater, which means it has 3 rows, and with the 3rd row up, you have quite a decent storage here. The materials are really nice. You have all of the buttons here where you can control the 2nd and the 3rd row. You can put down the 3rd row from here. You can control your suspension height. So everything you need. Also, you have 180 watts charging port right here. But if this space is not enough, of course, you can put down the 3rd row. Or you can just take this panel, and there is a huge compartment here where you can put, well, I don't know, another huge suitcase, or you could put 4 or 5 golf bags in here with no problem. So they really did give a thought about how to put stuff inside, and they came up with quite a good storage. NIO ES9 has automatic doors in the front and in the back, but the thing is, they work quite special. When you need to open them or to close them, they go all the way. They open or they close, and they do have sensors so that do not bump things outside. But look how light. This door is not light. This car is not light. It's quite heavy. But look how light this door feels in your hand. I'll just go out of the... Just look at it. You can do it with a finger. And then you just come inside, you press the brakes, and that's it. It closes your steering wheel, your seat goes to the positions that you set before, and you're all set up. Now let's talk about the interior itself. And if we talk about the design, just everyone, just look at it. It's clean, it's beautiful. And the thing is, now lots of cars, they come up with huge displays and displays everywhere, but here it's made quite elegant. Yes, you do get one big screen in here, but here as an instrument cluster and a screen here, they give you this line, an elegant line where it shows you all of the information you need, but it doesn't give you a feel of, let's say, an office or a tech company. You sit here, and this is actually, might sound a little weird, but this is classic luxury. And if we talk about all of the materials, wow, there is Alcantara here, there is leather here, there is leather here. Everywhere you touch is expensive. It's leather, Alcantara, or it's real wood. And the wood on every panel comes from the same tree. So the luxury of this interior, this is something that before, if you would like to have something like that, you had to go for a Rolls-Royce or a Bentley. And now you get it here in NIO, the one that costs 390,000 RMB, a little over 49,000 euros, with the rented battery, of course. Wow. If we talk about these seats, well, they are really, really comfortable. First of all, they have enough softness in them, but they also have enough support. So the shape is really nice. You adjust it in so many ways. The seat, the length of the seat, and the angle of the seat, you also can adjust, and everything is right here. You can adjust the headrest, and you can adjust your lumbar support. You can adjust everything in here. You do get massage, cooling, and heating in these seats, and you do get speakers inside of your headrest, which can tell you all of the information that only you need to hear. And other passengers, they do not hear anything that, let's say, a phone or a navigation system tells you. Also, the steering wheel, because you have no mechanical connection with the front wheels, which means you can adjust it any way you want, up, down, forward, and backwards, and the range is huge. So no matter how high, no matter how big you are, you will find a really nice position for yourself in here, and it will be comfortable. Believe me, it will. If we talk about all of the other toys, well, anything you can imagine, this car has the fridge, the screens, the HUD, the intelligent projecting lights, which can show you everything on the road, and they can show you each lane separately, or the lane you have to go by the navigation system. Also, if there are people on the road, they will show you people and they will light them up so that you see them. You do get assisted driving in the city and on the highway with 3 LiDARs and all of the cameras you need. So you have everything in this car. You have wireless charging, you have cup holders here. You can change the whole mood of the car with the button right here. And you can swipe and do lots of different things depending on what option you have right now on the screen. So it's quite interactive. You have 2 Type-C chargings in here in your handrest. And the sound system. It has 7 speakers in it. 47. Now let's take a look at the back. NIO, they claim that if you need an MPV or a luxury sedan or a limo, this car can do everything for you. Well, looking at the back seats, I do believe them. First of all, just look at the size of this door. 3 people together can walk inside with no trouble. And look at this door. Okay, let me sit in first. And after I sit in, I just press this button and the door will close by itself. All right, space-wise, well, I have a lot of space here. Head space, knee space, and shoulder space. Space is not something that you will be needing more. If we talk about the materials, well, it's all really, really nice here. Everything is covered with leather or with wood. And the seats, they are so comfy. They're just as comfortable as the seats in the front. They're soft enough, but they're supportive. And you can adjust them any way you want. The seat's angle or the lens, the backrest, the Lambert support, anything you want. It will adjust it. Now, if we talk about the goodies, the toys in here, let's start from up here and then we will go all the way down. Because up here I have two panoramic sunroofs. Two, not one, because it's separated with this ceiling thing with all of the lights and the buttons and the speakers on it, and with beautiful lighting inside. At night it looks so nice. And from here we go down and we do get two separate screens, which are really nice. They're responsive. And well, if you have two kids, they can watch their cartoons separately. You can connect your Bluetooth headphones here and you will listen to the music, or you will talk with your, let's say, wife or your friends or your colleagues and people at the back, let's say kids. They will watch their cartoons with no trouble. Then if we go down here, you have 220-watt charging port and a Type-C apart from this, and you do get a fridge in here too. Let me open the fridge for you. Here we go. And the fridge is also made really elegant inside. Everything is made with such details. You will not believe it. Everything is beautiful in here. Yes, you do get this screen in here, which will help you to control everything inside. Your seats, they have cooling, they have heating, and they have massage. And you do get all of the buttons right here, which will do everything you need without you telling the system or using this screen. You just press on the buttons and it will do everything you need. And if you put these handrests back, you have two wireless chargers here. And if you press the button here, it goes up. And inside you have tables, two of them for both passengers. And before I open the table, I have a mirror here if you would like to do some makeup, or you open the table itself, which is quite exquisite. It's made so well, with everything feels so nice in your hand. Well, they spent a lot of money on this interior. You do get zero gravity seats on both sides, which, well, actually I can show you right now. Here we go. So if you're charging your car or waiting for someone, or just would like to have a rest, you sit here and you relax. You turn on your massage, and this is such a nice place to spend time at. Watch a movie, have your massage, have some coffee. You could do it alone or you could do it with someone. No problem. And the thing is about the massage, if you're sitting in here, apart from massaging whole your body, it has the massage of your feet. All right, let's take a look at the third row. I'm sitting on the third row right now, and actually this is not something that you would use only in case of emergency, because look, I am 175 meters. The front row, the second row are adjusted to my comfortable position, and I sit behind myself, and actually my knees are not really touching the second row seat. So I sit here and I have enough space. I have really nice materials. I have the light. I have Type-C charging. I have heated seats, and I can adjust electrically my sitting position here. Also, I have a radio here where I press this button. I can talk with the driver or with the first row. So you sit here and you have enough space. You have everything for your comfort. And the thing is, the seats, they are also comfortable enough. They're not just some benches at the back. No, you sit here, and I would sit here for a few hours, let's say 300, 400, 500 kilometers trip. No problem. It's comfortable enough. So this is actually a really good alternative to the MPV and to the luxury sedan and to the limo, because it does everything they do really well. And it's an SUV. All right, now let's drive this car and take a look how it feels on the road. NIO ES9, how does it feel on the road? Well, I'll give you the verdict straight ahead. It's beautiful. The car that we're driving today doesn't have this fancy suspension. It's actually more traditional with air suspension and adaptive damping, but the way they tuned it, the way they set it up, it's just beautiful. The car is not small, it's heavy, 2.8 tons, but the way it feels on the road, it's not heavy. And if we talk about how much power it has, well, over 700 horsepower and 700 newton meters of torque. This car 0 to 100 does in 4.3 seconds. It's quick, but do you need to drive it that quick? No. Maybe you will punch a few hot hatches from the lights, but this car is not about that. This car is all about confidence and comfort, elegancy, and this power, it gives it to you. I'm right now in comfort mode, so it doesn't give you too much power, but it gives you just enough to feel yourself so confident on the road. You accelerate, it pushes it forward just like a feather. So at the same time, it is not too quick, it's not too responsive, it is weighty enough to give you enough comfort. So you accelerate and it gives you enough time to get ready for the acceleration, but at the same time it's just creamy. They did a really nice job setting up this acceleration, the way this power gives you all of its strength, all of its power. Of course, if you change it into sports mode, well, then it just goes it just flies forward. It feels like they put you in a cannon and just shoot you forward. But in comfort mode, it's just beautiful. And to be honest, 99.9% of time, you will be in comfort mode because this is the best mode for it. You will drive, you will not be in a hurry. You'll talk with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues, and you will have a really good time. The back motor has more power, more torque than the front motor, so it feels rear-wheel driven. But again, the front motor gives you the confidence of four-wheel drive, so it feels really planted on the road. If we talk about the brakes, well, actually I'm driving this car for the second day now. I did a few hundred kilometers on it, and I didn't even think about the brakes because they do everything you expect from the brakes to do. From really, really well-tuned brakes. If we talk about the performance, well, this car is not light, it's quite heavy, 2.8 tons, a little over than that. But you have enough performance in your brakes, and the pedal is tuned really well. You press a little on it, it has enough weight on it, but it's not too heavy. And then it has a little travel, but the weight on the pedal and the travel, they change together, and it's just really nice feel on your foot. So if you've driven before luxury cars, well-tuned cars, you sit here, you just instantly get used to the brakes, and you will not even think about them. And this is actually quite a high praise. If we talk about the steering wheel, well, this is a special part. Why? Because the steering wheel does not have any mechanical connection with the front wheels. It's steered by wire system. And with this kind of system, how you tune it, this is the most important part. It has to feel natural, it has to feel responsive enough, and it has to give you enough feedback. If it doesn't, if it feels artificial, if it feels like it comes from, I don't know, a video game and you're just holding a joystick in your hand, then why would you bother buying a car like this? Or why would you bother having a car like this? But the thing is, with NIO, they did a really, really good job. And this is not their first car, because ET9 also has steer-by-wire system. And they did spend enough time to tune it really, really well. It has traditional steering feel. If you need to do a U-turn or you're parking, just half a turn will do it, because half a turn is all you need to turn your wheels till the end. And with the increase of the speed, well, it changes. You need to turn a little more and more and more. And on the highway, when you drive 100 kilometers an hour or 120, then you have to turn more, and it feels planted. It feels quite secure, and the nose will not be too quick to turn, so it gets all the good stuff on different speed. When you do a U-turn, when you park, when you drive on the highway, or you just drive in a city, it is natural, and at the same time you do not have to turn it a lot. Another thing that surprises you is the feedback, because it has feedback. What angle are my wheels turned? What kind of pavement I'm driving on? It has this feel at the same time, because it has no mechanical connection with the front wheels, if you drive on a bumpy road, it does not have any effect on your steering, because you have no mechanical connection with the front wheels, and it filters everything away. It has no vibration at all. Let's talk about the suspension, because the cars that we're driving today does not have this fancy suspension. When you have an extra motor on each wheel, which can control each wheel, the suspension on each wheel separately, which reacts really, really quick on anything that your suspension or your car or this wheel meets on the road. No, the car that we're driving today, if we talk about the suspension, is more traditional. We have air suspension and we do have adaptive damping. And to be honest, the way it drives, it is more of a traditional luxury feel, traditional comfort, because it gives you the softness of the drive. You drive and it feels like inside of your air suspension isn't air, it's cream, because the way it goes over bumps over the road, it's creamy, it's so nice, it's beautiful. And another thing is how it handles all of the bumps and the holes on the road, because if we take other cars in this segment, and if you especially meet some sharp-edged bumps or holes on the road, well, you do feel the weight of your wheels, the weight of the suspension on the car, because it will give some vibrations. And this is true for all of the cars with air suspension. But the way this car handles all of the bumps and holes, well, to be honest, I haven't met in other cars, because it just filters everything on the road. And it has no vibrations at all, even on sharp holes or bumps. The only thing you feel is the softness, the creaminess of the ride. I did drive the car with the fancy suspension, and the way it feels on the road is very different. So here is the question, which one is better? I would say this way: if you would like to have all of the newest technology in your car, everything top notch, well, yes, of course, you go for that fancy suspension. But if the traditional comfort, the traditional softness, traditional luxuriety is okay for you, then you go for the entry level and it will not disappoint you. So these two cars, these two different suspensions, they're not better or worse, they're different. And both of them, they behave beautiful in their own way. Another thing is how quiet this cabin is, because I'm driving now, I'm not listening to the music, I'm talking to you, and I guess at the back, yeah, they are having really good time too. I do not hear anything. No trucks, no buses, no other cars, no people talking. Even the tire noise, I do have a little sound coming from them, but the surface that I'm driving right now on, well, it's really, really loud, but I do not hear anything here. It's just so quiet and nice. Also, this car is huge, but it doesn't feel huge. You do get rear wheel steering, and with the steer-by-wire system together, this car feels nimble. Of course, considering the size of this car, it feels, I would say, nimble enough in a city. Also parking or driving in the city, well, no troublesome at all. The way this car behaves on the road, this is on the next level. No matter what car you were driving before, this car will surprise you, or at least will not disappoint you. If your previous car was, let's say, a Bentley or something like that, this is nice, and it feels expensive. Here you go. This is NIO ES9. It is a very special car, and as they claim, it can do everything. It is an SUV, it's good off-road. Well, of course, not off-road, but all the off-road that people who drive these kind of cars will meet. It's good enough. It's a really comfortable car. You have all of the goodies, all of the toys inside. You have the space like an MPV. You have luxuriety and comfort like a limo. You have everything. You have all the tech you want and all of the clever stuff in the suspension. It has everything. And now here in China, for the price that NIO is asking for this car, this is one of the best options, one of the best cars you could have. And This is a true multi-purpose. It's good for business, it's good for family, it's good for everything. Apart from, of course, if you want a sports car, well, then you gotta get something else. Well, okay everyone, that's it for today. And if you like the videos, please give me a like, press that bell, subscribe. This will help me to develop my channel and show you more interesting and special cars coming from China. Cars you know and love, and cars you haven't met before. My name is Amin. See you in the next one. And as always, welcome to the Car Shuffle.